Hi, Charles Moman here. Well, we're in Moman Van Build Central. This is where Susie does her work and all the magic happens. In today's video, instead of talking about our build, I want to share with you some of my favorite van build YouTube channels. Thanks for watching. A year ago, I never would have dreamed we'd be in the middle of a Ford Transit van conversion, but here we are. What happened was, over the last few years, you know, a lot of us watch YouTube, and somehow I got on to watching some travel channels. For example, Gone with the Winds, Keep Your Daydream, a few others like that. Charming people that a lot of neat information and beautiful photography. And every now and then YouTube would suggest to me, hey, watch this van build series. And I would peek and go, I could never do that. Fast forward to last summer at Rocky Mountain National Park, and Susie and I were talking. We love our little runaway that's sitting here, and we will continue to use it, as I'd say, with the grandchildren especially. But we're really excited about camping with an all-in-one, without towing. And so when we got back from Colorado, I, in earnest, began searching YouTube and began to make a list and subscribe to some channels that had van builds. And so these are my top 10 with a few honorable mentions. I look for channels where, you know, I don't mind a sense of humor, but some of them just try to be hilarious all the time, and they're wasting my time. Or they want to give me life coach advice, like, oh, you can only learn patience or to work with problems if you do a van build. You know, it's just called life, you know. But I need people that kind of, you know, are charming and they know how to video properly. And more importantly, they have some ideas that I can use. We did not build ours based on one channel, but I did pick and choose. Somebody was really good with electrical, or somebody was really good with the installation. And so that's kind of how I chose these channels. So there'll be a top 10, some honorable mention video channels as well. And also, you got to realize some of these people, they're now done, and so now they're travel vlogging. You may or may not find that interesting, so you need to go to their channel and look at their playlist and choose their van build playlist, and then you're in business then. You probably have some favorites, and if you'd like to suggest them, you can put them in the comments below. And so we all have our favorites, and I hope you find this useful.
One of the really key parts of any build, whether it's a house or a van or whatever, is the insulation, you know, the ability to keep something warm or cold.
If I was forced to only choose one channel, it would be the Restoration Couple. This guy does such a good job of explaining things, and he does a nice mixture of real time, showing you how he builds things or explains things, especially installation. But then he mixes in some time lapses, and he keeps them moving. He really doesn't waste time. And you will find, if you look at his channel, he is very handy. This is a British man, and he's restoring his house, and so you'll see a lot of other playlists that he has. But I really just like his way of thinking things through. So if you have one channel to choose, this would be my absolute favorite.
Hello, welcome to the next instalment of our Sprinter van conversion. In today's video, we're going to be talking about the electrics. Before we insulate the van, we want to pull all the cables in to all the various bits.
Quite often in van build series, you'll see people referring to Virgo, and this guy does basically a lecture plus hands-on videos, and so he really explains things well, but he's especially known for his insulation videos concerning vans, and I based most of my work on his videos. Just a great channel. I could have easily made this my #1 choice. This is just a delightful couple, and they have done multiple van builds, and I think they're up to maybe number 4 or 5. And in what you're seeing right here, they did an actual van build in 20 consecutive days without any breaks. Just an amazing thing.
Alright guys, that's going to go ahead and wrap up about this 20 consecutive day build. It seems fitting that we took the bed out because I think both of us could go for a nap.
Yeah.
What I especially like about this couple is they attend to detail like no one else. Well, maybe a few others. But they have great skills. The guy does cabinetry work that's great, and she is a huge help as well. So, a great couple. You'll get a lot of great ideas, very clever ideas from this channel.
Welcome back to another episode here on Navigation Nowhere. If you've been a long-time follower around here, you know that we are building out this school bus Ivan right behind me. And we're currently at the part of the build where we just finished up building kitchen cabinets and putting up the bathroom walls. So it's actually the perfect opportunity for us to go look at the floor plan. So
this is just a genuinely nice guy. He works sometimes alone, or he's got friends that he brings in, or his sister. He specializes in schoolies, and so this is a small bus that he's doing for himself now. He had a previous build that had a full-size bus as the base unit, and so he really has great skills, but more importantly, he's just a good teacher. Like, for example, in this sequence, he's giving really good advice about how he does the tongue and groove, and just knows his stuff, that's for sure. And he's just such a humble, genuinely nice guy, and even though it's not about vans, it's many of the very same techniques. You will get a lot from this guy.
Hello there, I'm Sam Moser, and behind me is the Ford Transit van that I converted into a camper.
Well, when I ran across this guy, I noticed obviously right away he has a Transit that looks just like mine. I think it's the very same except it's high roof. He's very much like the guy before, humble kind of guy, and he just has a lot of skills, and I feel like he's a good teacher. He's so young, but he has worked hard on this and knows definitely what he's doing. And so I was very drawn to him, and I think you'll like what he does, and you are bound to pick up a good tip or two. You'll enjoy Moser Makes.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sun's coming out, rain's drying up. We're gonna keep going. 59.5.
Well, if anybody's the rock stars of van builds, this would be one of them. Eamon and Beck from Canada, and this is their second build. I followed them as they traveled in Europe, and then the pandemic hit. They had to leave their van there and come back to Canada, so they are doing a second build now, and actually they're beyond it, and they bought a cabin that they're remodeling right now. But if you want to see what I would call a luxury van build, this would be your couple. Really fun couple. And you also see Eamon's dad, Bob, who kind of helps as well. So fun couple, but boy, they do attend to detail. Mercy.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Big Logan channel. I am your host, Big Logan. So today's episode 5 of the van conversion project. This is Peggy, the Pro Master, behind me here, and today we're going to cover the window installations.
Well, this is the Big Logan channel. It might be better described as a good old boy channel. I don't think he'd mind me saying that. He has just couple thousand more subscribers than me, so nothing compared to the 500,000 that Eamon and Beck has. But he does a good job, and you can get some good tips, especially if you're doing a complex wiring setup like he is. So, Big Logan channel, good advice, and a nice guy.
What is up, guys? Sevino Savage here, coming at you with a exciting video today. We are starting the first cabinet inside the van. Alright guys, so the cabinet we're making today is essentially a bench seat that's going to sit right here with a backrest, and it is going...
Well, this is the Sevino Savage channel. He's kind of a quirky guy, but I think he's got some great skills, and we especially liked watching when he was making his shower. Now, he had a custom pan made, whereas we've got a standard shower pan that we got off of Amazon. And he has a more complex water system than what we're going to do. But he still has good skills. I feel like he's a good teacher, and now he's working on a 4x4 Sprinter that's even more involved. Well, this is a nice couple. Their channel is called Mathers on the Map. They're now done with it and they're out traveling. So they had this Sprinter that they converted, and they just did a beautiful job of it. They used some 80/20 aluminum as well as standard building with wood. And I think you'll learn a lot. We especially were looking at their van build because we were a little stuck about the window frames. And we didn't do it exactly like them, but again, this is why I like some of these channels. They just gave us an idea, and then we took their idea and maybe changed it slightly to make it work for us. So Mathers on the Map, really good channel.
We're back!
You will really enjoy this couple. They are sort of flying back and forth between Texas and I think Oregon or Washington State. And so quite often you just see her working or with her dad. Very well thought out. They did insulation very different from us. The big trend right now is Havelock wool. You'll see that here. But they did a very fancy build. They have a shower pan like ours. But we got ideas kind of for the bathroom. And then they do very nice cabinetry work. And I think you'll really enjoy this couple. It was hard to make a number 10 choice because I still got quite a list over here, but we'll call this my number 10. Well, there's my top 10, and then here are a few I would put in my honorable mention. Humble Road is actually a professional builder, but he uses 80/20 aluminum, and he attends to detail incredibly. Trent and Allie now are building a cabin, but they were traveling in South America, had to come back after the pandemic, and did another not a van build, but they did a restoration. It Takes a Journey is a neat couple from England I think you would enjoy. Lucas is out in Utah, I believe, but very small following, but I think he does a nice job. And The Endless Adventure is a fun couple that travels around the world, and they bought a terrible RV. It's fun watching them rebuild it, and then eventually they're going to be traveling again. Well, there you go. I hope you found this useful, and I bet some of you have been watching these same channels. And again, I just remind you, put some of your favorites down below, and that could be useful to other people. Thanks for watching.